Sometimes when we use long division, we will have a remainder. Let's have a look. 696 divided by 16. First thing I do is write my 696 in my bus stop, my 16 on the outside. Now I need to jot down my multiples of 16 because I don't know my 16 times table off the top of my head. Write down my multiples of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and my multiples of 6 because I've partitioned, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, add them all up in their pairs, 10 add 6 is 16, 20 add 12 is 32, 30 add 18 is 48, 40 add 24 is 64, 50 add 30 is 80. So I've got my first 5 multiples of 16 to help me. How many times does 16 go into 6? 6 is smaller than 16, so it's a 0. How many times does 16 go into 69? Have a look at my multiples. I get to 64. 80 is too big, so it must be 64. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 goes into 69 4 times. 4 times 16 is 64, so that goes underneath, and I work out the difference. Take away 64 is 5. 16 doesn't go into 5 because 5 is smaller than 16, so I bring down my 6. How many times does 16 go into 56? Let's have a look. 16 is too small, 32 is too small, 48 maybe, 64 is too big, so it must be 48. 16 goes into 56 3 times. I put my 48 underneath. 16 goes into 56 3 times, which is 48. Let's find the difference between 56 and 48. 56 take away 48 is 8. So I have a remainder of 8 because 16 is not going to go into 8. So 696 divided by 16 is 43, remainder 8. I can check this by doing 16 times 43 and adding my 8 on. I can interpret my remainders in different ways depending on the question. Let's have another look at this question. 696 divided by 16. I've got my multiples ready. How many times does 16 go into 6? 0. How many times does 16 go into 69? 4. Put my 64 underneath. Draw my line, calculate the difference, which is 5. How many times does 16 go into 5? It doesn't, so I bring down my 6. How many times does 16 go into 56? 3, which was 48. Draw my line, calculate the difference, which is 8. This time, instead of just having a remainder of 8, I can make this number a decimal. I put my decimal point after. In order to make this number a decimal without changing the number, I can put decimal point and a 0. The number is still the same, it just has a point 0. Now, rather than having the 8 as a remainder, I can bring down this 0. I must make sure that decimal point lines up there. How many times does 16 go into 80? Let's look back at my multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 goes into 80 5 times. Put my 80 down here, calculate the difference, which is 0. So 696 divided by 16 is 43.5. I can check my answer by doing 43.5 times 16, which should give me 696. I can also interpret remainders as fractions. Let's have a look at the question again. 696 divided by 16 in my bus stop. 16 into 6, we can't do. 16 into 69 goes 4 times, which was 64. Remainder of 5. Bring my 6 down. How many times does 16 go into 56? 3 times, which was 48. Find the difference, which was 8. Now, I've got 8 out of 16 left, so I can write this as a fraction. 8, which is my remainder, over 16, which is my divisor. 43 and 8/16. If I have a look at this number, 8/16, I can see it is equivalent to 1/2. 8/16 is the same as a half. So 696 divided by 16 is 43 and a half.